Donkey Jaw Projects.
What is up, peoples? How you doing? This is day 30 of 100 days of making comics. And today I'm going to talk about a specific quote that is often said amongst the art community. That quote is that art is never actually finished. It is only abandoned. I don't know who said it. Probably some smart guy or gal, or possibly a dumb guy or gal. Who knows? People have moments of brilliance. I don't know. I'm just messing around. So yeah, I don't know. Well, first and foremost, I did do my comics today. Bare minimum. Did my sketches and stuff as well. All that's fun stuff. I might get to more later. I have been sneaking in a little bit during the evening time as well sometimes. So that's cool when that happens. And I'm thinking about this quote because first of all, I'm getting pretty addicted to finishing, which I am super happy about because I think it's important. I think it's really important to kind of get addicted to finishing. And I'm sure just like with everything, you can go overboard with that as well. But for me, it's a healthy thing right now, I think. And I've been finishing a lot of things lately. I don't have to list them necessarily, but obviously the 100 days, the Life in Space Anthology, brought to you by the 100 Days of Making Comics.com. That and, just like different parts of that, like doing the trading card and I'm working on another couple projects and just even finishing pages kind of counts a little bit. But, and I think it's really important to get addicted to finishing. I don't know, it's helpful for me at least. One thing though is like this idea of kind of when do you abandon it? Like when do you abandon your artwork? It's like it's your child you're sending out into the world and you decide that you don't want to have that child anymore, so you abandon it. No, I'm just joking. That's a horrible thing to do. Don't do that. Be a good father and mother. Trust me, I don't like it when people aren't good fathers and mothers. But anyways, but you do have to put your baby out into the world and see if it can traverse the waters and the seas, the stormy seas out there. But like right now I'm working on this final page for Attack of the Lizard Brain, and it's taking longer than I want it to, but it's because it's supposed to be a splash page. Like it's supposed to hit with some impact and be really cool. And it's really, once again, I'm telling you guys, if you're not checking in and seeing if you could possibly be in the hangouts when other people are, the 100 days hangouts, you're missing out a little bit. I mean, I know if you can't, you can't. I get it. But if you can, possibly even when you're doing your 100 days work, which I do many times, come jump in and chat with somebody. I mean, people aren't always there, but sometimes people are. I check in often, and a lot of times people aren't there, but sometimes they are, and it's really cool to chat. Anyways, the point of that is that, I was doing that yesterday. And as I was doing it, and again, if you want to see the stuff I'm not showing here, I probably will show it off in the Hangouts, so it's like a little behind the scenes thing. If I happen to be there, I'll probably be screen sharing if I'm doing it digitally. So anyways, I was showing Teresa and Mike Emirates, who were in there, the final page, and I asked them, I'm like, is there anything I can do here to get the focal point to look look right and really drive this page home even better, because I was thinking it's going pretty good. It looks pretty good so far. But I've seen this before. I've seen like videos of people like doing their artwork and even like tutorials, and they'll be like doing it and they're like, okay, I've gotten it to this point. Now, I'm going to go further with it and do this and this and this. And halfway through, I'm thinking, that's done. Like, that's better than anything I've ever done. And it's halfway point, like, because I look at the timeline or something and I'm like, oh, there's still more of this video to go. So what are they going to do? And then lo and behold, by the end, a lot of times, especially if they're pros and they've been doing it for a long time, it's way better at the end. And I'm just like, damn, I thought they were done like a half an hour ago or whatever through this video. And it's just like, a lot of times I might push to a certain point, but I don't realize that I could have done way more and it looks even better. So there's that. So, but at some point you gotta decide to abandon the thing. And, what's the difference between, abandoning it or putting something out that's half-baked? I think there is a difference. Half-baked is like, it's lazy. You could tell that the person doesn't care. They're just putting it out there. I'll definitely be the first to admit I've put stuff out that's half-baked. I've done even more, like by just putting out really crappy sketches and stuff just to show that I'm working on whatever it is I'm working on, even though it's not good. But, there's been times where I've put out what I, called something finished that probably was more half-baked in my life. I'm trying not to do that anymore. Like, I'm trying to work a lot harder and get stuff to a more polished and finished point. But even, no matter what, everything I've done up to this point there's been certain things that I could have spent more time on, and arguably everything and anything. Arguably the Mona Lisa could have been spent more time on, or everything could be. But there is also that point where it's overworked. So maybe there is like the right point where it's finished. I don't know. So maybe that's where the limit of that quote goes. Like, art is not finished, it's only abandoned, Maybe there is a point where it's right in this perfect spot between being overworked and being unfinished, and that's what finished is. I don't know, but I know if I'm going to be worried about getting to that point with everything I do, then I'm never going to finish anything, because I don't have. If I had more time, maybe I'd try to hit that spot more often, So yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to unbox this whole idea, because sayings are sayings for a reason, but sometimes sayings are maybe not as true as you would think once you start really unpacking it and stuff. But sometimes it's partially true and partially not, depending on what happens. There's so many shades to everything. So anyways. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is there a difference between half-baked and abandoned? And, can you come to a satisfying finishing point that is the perfect spot between, what I was saying, between being overworked and unfinished? Is there that perfect sweet spot? There probably is, but I feel like even stuff like a finished comic that you see on the shelf or something that's already done, like those all, for the most part, you don't pick up a comic and see it, and generally it doesn't look like it's unfinished. It usually looks like it's at a good level of finish, sometimes an amazing level of finish. But even the ones, all that stuff, could they have been pushed a little bit more? Could they look like 10 times better or not, where is that point? But that being said, I still favor the side of finishing things. And like, I think, and here's another kind of quote, like a hip-hop quote that kind of is similar to what we're talking about, is like that whole idea of ain't no half steppin'. So it's like half-baked. You would think that's the same thing as half-baked, but it really isn't, because no half-stepping means like step with confidence. If you're going to do it, whether you're wrong or right, do it with confidence. You know what I mean? Be decisive, that kind of thing. And that'll probably get you further in life, even if you're wrong sometimes. You know, that kind of thing. So that's what I kind of feel like where I'm getting to. I'm getting to the point where I'm finishing more. I'm getting to the point where I'm being more decisive. And, you know, sometimes things aren't perfectly right. Like there's this one head that I drew in Attack of the Lizard Brain, and I still could go back and fix it. It's in one panel. It's the main character, and his head is just a weird shape and size. It just looks kind of weird. It looks a little better after the grays have been put in, but originally it bothered me to the point where it's like, you know what, maybe I'll go in and cut and paste and resize it. And I may still do that. But so far I've left it in. So we'll see. But there's certain things like that where it's not perfect and I could spend more time on it, but I'm really thinking I might just finish it and be okay with some of that. But who knows? I got to do the cover too, so maybe while I'm doing the cover, I'll go back and clean up all the little finishing spots and stuff. But I will say, there is, you know, something to be said for working hard and trying to kind of perfect it, because I've seen Gazbot on the YouTubes and everywhere else. I've seen him go through this process on his videos where he's like talking about, you know, redrawing a panel or redrawing a face like for hours and still not feeling like it's right. And I just got his second comic in the mail a couple days ago, and my goodness, like, I've already told him this, and holy crap, like, this book looks really good. The interiors are just beautiful, like all the little background details, and you could tell he put all that work into it, but it does not look overworked. And the gestures look great, and the storytelling looks great. I have yet to read it. I haven't had the time yet to read it. I really want to, and I think that's going to happen this weekend. But I can't wait to read it, and regardless, whatever, like you could tell the artwork is just beautiful, and the storytelling is beautiful, and I don't work as hard on each panel as he does, you know? And if I did, maybe my comics would look better, you know? So that's it. Just wanted to kind of unpack it and see what you guys thought. Let me know what you think is what the balance is, or when do you call your stuff finished? And is it more important to be decisive, or is it more important to try to get it to a point where it's really solidly polished and finished? I don't know. What do you think? All right. Thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. And thank you for taking the time out to watch these. And please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you on day 31. Peace out.